there's only one place to be after the hunt. The Skinning Shed with Fuel Outdoor Gear.
Presented by Matthews Archery and Grizzly Coolers.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Woohoo.
That was as bad as the first time.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
So we're back with the Skinning Shed. God, it's been rough.
We're going to continue from part one. We didn't name it part one, but
Well,
No,
this
we-
is-
It's
kinda
part
got,
two.
We got into like
a little debate.
category that we want to dive into.
Not debate,
Yeah.
just discussion.
No, it ain't debate.
Discussion.
oh, it's a debate with you.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
here it's I'll start it off. So when you're going hunting, do you match on the outer layer or do you? It doesn't matter.
No, Chuck does not.
I do not.
Okay.
Pass.
But
Chuck doesn't match on any of it.
Mm-mm.
He will have on 7 different camos. He's
Yeah.
going to take a layer off and you go, oh, there's a different camo.
And company.
yeah, company. But see, I'm the same way. I mean, I like First Light. I like their base layer.
I do too.
Hands down.
Yeah, one hand.
I like their base layer. So
a
I
good
mean,
elbow.
I'm definitely going to wear First Light base layer, no matter what.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm the same way when it comes to the base layers. For some reason, the First Light ones, they're not itchy and like when I put it on, it's just super comfortable.
The warmth ratio.
Where I've tried a couple different brands. I did Kuiu base layers, and to be honest with you, I felt like the upper base layer was kind of itchy. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I got one. I think it feels pretty good, but I've got the thin version.
Well,
I think
this
it's the
was the thin
145.
one.
You also have different nipples.
So you think that's what it was? My nipples was rubbing it. I mean, it itched everywhere, and it made my nipples. I mean, I just don't
Your
understand.
nipples set off the itch.
Yeah.
It's simple.
He's still nursing.
That was for you. He's still nursing.
I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
You're dying from it, though.
I just knew he'd appreciate that humor.
Yeah.
Not many people get
But
it.
I'll tell you
y'all
something.
saying, I mean, you're getting me wrong.
I will tell you a base layer that is probably kind of not really in the hunting space, but it's free fly, which is some kind of bamboo stuff.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I really like it as underneath pretty much everything. It breathes good, but it's not a big, it's not really in the hunt space. And that thing Ren's got on, I like it. I think that's going to be a good one. Not sure what's the name of that.
Burlebo.
Burlebo.
Burlebo. I just brought that into the shop.
That
I think
stuff's awesome.
I think that's going to be a good one. I wish they had.
There's other camos.
But I mean, no,
And
not
solids.
the camo. Do they have
They
like?
have solids.
Do they have any like
Mm-mm.
bottom?
No, it's just the tops.
Now,
I
they're-
could go with
they're
the
a
top.
growing company.
Yeah.
So, like the stuff that we have right now, we were kind of late to it. So we couldn't get everything. But the fall stuff will be better than the,
Yeah,
like they got bow cases and all
They
kinds
got
of
some
stuff.
cool jackets.
yeah. But I mean, I like that. I like that style. I like the little hoodie.
It's
But
my
like,
favorite type of
I can
shirts.
take that.
I
And
think
then,
you should have to stand up and model it. Right?
Yeah.
Did you take
yeah.
the tag off?
No, because I haven't bought it.
he's
So
modeling.
You just took that off my shelf?
No.
Oh, God. I thought I had you.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
good looking shirt.
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
mean,
super comfy.
Pretty sweet.
I have their gym shorts and their swimming trunks.
Oh, God.
Freaking love them.
Yeah.
But a shirt like that right there over the underneath something like this.
Yeah.
And
Good
you,
to go.
You get to go. Like turkey hunting, early bow season. Just
So I
whenever.
wore synthetic this year when me and Brandon went to Ohio. Now, it was a pretty good little hike in there, and it was the first day, and I was in the front. We all know what happens when that happens. I sweat to death because I'm going too
Oh,
fast.
I walked too fast.
I thought you fell.
Plus, you went the wrong way. Remember that?
Your compass wasn't right.
Was that the first day?
Mm.
No.
First morning.
Was it?
Mhm.
So that was the morning I sweated.
Right off the get go.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But I sweated, and then
But that was November, right?
it was cold.
Then it got
It was
hot.
20. It was 28 degrees that
Yeah.
morning, and I was sweating, which that's all I had on. And then basically, it didn't dry fast enough, and when I put my clothes on, I could feel the moisture
You
pretty
said
much the whole morning.
that happened to you in West Virginia too. I remember you saying something.
Yeah. It happened to me both times I wore it, and I'm like, is it too heavy? Like, because I mean, it don't take much for me to sweat, but hiking in, over a mile and then like hiking up the mountains in West Virginia, I'm going to sweat.
Well,
Yeah.
a morning like that, like you're talking about,
Well, see, my first light, it's not synthetic, it's merino, and it dries. Like
Well-
I can sit there for like 5 minutes and put my clothes on, and it's almost dry.
I mean, I've had the merino work both ways. I've actually had it just get soaked and just it dries, but it like doesn't dry that fast. It does in spots, but like when it's cold on a morning like that, you can throw a synthetic puffy on, some type of synthetic insulation jacket, and it'll help dry it out.
While I'm hiking in,
No. Once
Oh.
you get up in the tree.
Yeah.
Once you get in the tree, obviously we all like to try to dry off, but at some point you start getting cold and you got to put it in your back or something still not completely dry. You can put on a synthetic jacket.
well, that's my whole issue is with my pack on.
It's everybody.
That's where
it's
I
the same. I
sweat
mean,
so
everybody.
bad
Is,
and-
that's where you're going to sweat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just management that you just got to figure out that system that works for the best for you.
Well, this took me a long time.
Maybe you should walk in naked or something.
I've talked
Are
about it.
you behind or from?
Yes.
I've talked about it. The thing is like when I killed that that deer in Ohio that year, I was wearing Kuyu.
Mm-hmm.
All Kuyu stuff except for my base layer was the First Light, and I don't know, maybe it was the year after that. It might have been the same year or the year after that we went later in the year, and I froze to freaking
That was.
death.
I think that was the year before you shot that one. wasn't
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I froze. Like worse, yeah, because I wore First Light
The second.
completely
Yeah.
the second year. I froze. I'm talking about like I got colder than I've ever been. I took one of them. What was it? An oatmeal that had
The heat that you, yeah.
I heated it up and was like putting it
It's
on
one you
me.
peed in that time.
That's a good one.
I still have that video.
Do you?
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Should put that up.
I'll put it in this episode.
That's disgusting.
It was disgusting. I mean, not the oatmeal. The oatmeal tasted pretty good, but just getting to the oatmeal was pretty rough.
Plus, the bag steams.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's
Just get
steam piss.
get upwind of the steam coming out. That's all I like to do.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
But I mean,
It was just to show you that it does work.
it does. But I mean, like the bottoms, I've really got. I mean, these pants here are from Walmart,
That's what I'm
and I'm telling you, they're tough as nails. They're what, $30?
wearing. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say tough.
I don't know.
But
I wear the crap out of them. I've hiked in them. I wear them to work.
Are they Wranglers?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got like 4 pair. I wear them like every day to work, and I like them, man. You throw a little base layer on them, they work
Yeah.
great. And the colors are earth tones. And I used to buy but I would buy it on sale, like the Eddie Bauer.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got
The
some
God
of that.
Pro pants?
Yeah, I mean, I would get them on sale for $50 maybe.
Right.
But to me, these are tougher. The zippers are tougher. Everything. I mean, I like them.
Yeah, I've got a few pairs of them. They're comparable.
They got good colors. Like,
Yeah.
they got a green color. It's awesome. And then this color, they got another color, ton of gray. That's it right there. Yeah.
And my favorite right now are those QU stretch woven pants.
That's pretty.
I love
It's
those.
hard to beat
I
them.
have a pair of those.
Well, Well, you're talking
attack
about
pants.
the attack pants. Like, when you find something that works,
Right.
and that works, the attack pant works for me. Like that morning you're talking about. You go in, and they're $150. To me, that's, if you're going to spend that kind of money, that's the best pant you can buy for that kind of, for $150.
Yeah.
I've got a pair that I've had since 2014 or 15.
I got a pair that's older than that.
Yeah, and
No, I don't.
I was
But
gonna
that,
say-
you're paying for those pants, but you're also
Here's
the,
the difference.
company.
though. The company, like, they stand behind them.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
I mean, I gained a little weight and my zipper broke, and by God, they sent me a whole new set of pants, and I was like, "Is there any way I can get a bigger size?" Yep, we'll send you a bigger size.
yeah,
Yeah, the same thing with First Light.
Mhm.
I mean,
Zipper broke, sent me a brand new pair.
yeah. And I mean, it's just you just build your kit over
Yeah.
time. You don't have to buy it all at once. You can go to Walmart and get you 2 or 3 pair of these, but get a nice top to go with it this year.
Right.
And then a few months later, Christmas time, birthdays, get a different layer until you finally build your kit. I mean,
Yeah, I've got that Source jacket from First Light.
mhm.
It is in my pack every time I hunt.
Yeah, and that's a great jacket and an alternative to that, like to get you to that jacket, because that jacket's a super nice jacket. But like, I bought one over at REI. I bought it for $65. It's their REI brand, little thin puffy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you can go get one of those, these pants, and then at some point you can upgrade to that, because that is a better jacket than the REI one. But it packs pretty small. It don't
Right.
pack as small, but it packs pretty small,
Yeah.
and it works great. Until you can just keep working. You don't have to go spend $2,000 right off the get go. I mean, this is a Columbia. I got the Columbia. It was like $10.
Yeah. I got
Works
this
great.
one right here. Hell of a deal.
I know. I hate I missed that
yeah,
deal.
yeah. There's a few more out there.
Seen that. This episode is sponsored by Copenhagen Long Cut.
With my elk trip coming,
You just
I
kind of
really-
dropped. He just kind of dropped that in
I
there,
don't think
didn't
you
he?
told everybody that you're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. It's just you're like,
thought we
oh
did.
my.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Oh, I'm going elk hunting in September. Can't freaking wait. Pumped about it,
As you should be.
but it's really got me thinking about my whole setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so last year I wore all Sitka and I loved it, but just looking at what I'm going to be doing and the time of year and everything, I'm like, man, I just don't know. Like, I would have to buy more pieces. And the hardest part for me is like trying them on and knowing where Kuyu I know. Like,
Yeah.
I know what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably gonna get some Kuyu stuff because I know what I need for that, and I know what works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
And where the Sitka, I'm on a little bit of a struggle bus with it and it's more on the pants side, and say I'm not like you. I can't mix camos.
no. you
So I
cannot.
can't wear Sitka Subalpine and have Kuyu Verde up
You're going to
here.
have to get him some of them mushrooms.
I
anywhere he
would.
wants.
That elk would see me
Be
from a
shooting
mile
trees.
away.
Wouldn't.
That elk would see you from a mile away.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
Not if you're sitting something that matches on your legs and on your torso,
You can get some of that.
like Optifade up top and then some brown on the bottom.
Yeah, no,
They'd never know you were there.
it bothers my soul. I can't do that.
Either way, just match yourself up.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
But the problem is the Sitka. I just can't find the pant. Like I think I bought 3 pair this year, and I just can't find the pant that is pretty much just like the attack pant.
No, I don't think they make one. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
And
they
that's
said
where other brands come into play. It's like, okay, well, I really like this brand, but they don't make a They don't make this option.
Why do you think I wear 6 different brands?
Yeah.
Because I like a pant from one, I like a top from
You
another.
ain't talked about a hunting brand yet. You've been talking about Wrangler and
No, I said
Columbia and
the
every
Kuiu
other brand that ain't hunting.
the Kuiu Attack pant is my favorite pant.
I agree.
That's my favorite pant.
I like their guide pant too.
Guide pant's a good pant. Those are the only 2 you
To
need.
be honest with you, I'll probably go with a guide pant just for the time of year. But if I had to guess, maybe.
September?
Yeah.
No.
You think a
You,
tack
you'll
pant?
you'll burn up. You'll burn up.
Really?
Yep. You need to take those and your in attack pants. Or something similar to those. Weight wise.
The stretch woven.
Because it literally could be 90.
They're my favorites.
It could be 90 or
Do
it
they
could
come
be
in camo?
freaking
Yeah.
20 and snowing.
I know.
Because that's what I'm going to wear turkey hunting. It's the stretch woven. Because then I can wear them in the fall.
So we're sitting here talking about the clothing and what we think would work. So here's my question on the camo.
I don't give a rat's
Who
butt
cares?
about the camo.
As long as it breaks you up.
So none of y'all think there's a difference in any camo.
I think you break up your outline. I mean, I typically wear solid bottoms.
Just be in the
And-
shadows. Is,
Yeah.
I mean, I like solid bottoms because I wear the pants other than hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I do wear, camo tops or a jacket or something. But
Yeah.
sometimes I don't. Like my other hunting jacket's gray, and so then I got another jacket that's green. But as far as that trip goes, I think you need,
Hex.
you can cheat. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, I would take,
I'm gonna take every advantage I can possibly get. So if somebody other than Ren says that Hex works,
You go home tonight, look up elk hunting with Hex. I guarantee
Oh,
you'll buy
yeah.
a set.
yeah, they'll be getting trampled. Because the elk can't see him, he's running.
Yeah.
No, I mean, do you have the guide pant?
I did.
Okay, when I would take the guide pant, the attack pant, and just those, something like that, for sure. That's what I took. I took 3 pants, wore them for 10 days.
A different color camo every day.
No, 2 solids and whatever that is.
Fair enough.
Verde.
Yeah, I got the guide pants in that camo for some odd reason. Oh, they were on sale in that camo. Otherwise, they didn't have a solid in the guide pant when I bought them years and decades ago. But I mean, I personally, if I'm going to buy premium, I like the Kuiu brand.
Yeah, I
But
switched
the
over this
crazy
year.
part is everybody talks about how expensive Kuiu and it is and all this other stuff, and
I think between the 3 major brands, they're actually the least expensive, in
I
my
think
opinion.
they are too. Because
Yeah.
I know what I paid for all my stuff, and when I went to their
But
website and was looking again, I was like,
Well,
that's
But I'm
cheap.
going to tell you this: all seriousness, your feet is the most important. I mean, because you can get by with pretty much any type of Walmart pant up to a Sitka Yukon Kuiu First Light pant or
Kitka.
Mossy Oak or whoever, but your feet and your boot, your footwear that's where you need to spend the money. I don't care what it is. I mean, those are Colorados, right?
No,
Oh, those are Laponies.
I like 'em.
threes.
I mean, to me, I'm footwear. I think I've found what I like.
See, I would take those, and you got a pair of Colorados, right? I would take those 2 boots. And
So maybe that's where we need to have another discussion. Is that's 2 different stiffness levels of boots.
because you don't know the terrain exactly where you're going to be.
All right, hold on. Stiffness of boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the flex of the boot. So
So is that one?
Laponias are a less flex. So I think they're
A 2.
2 or 2.5. I can't remember. I think they're a 2
So better for hiking every day?
every day. Where the Colorados are going to be a stiffer flex. I think they're a 3.5 or 4.
I don't know. I don't have a pair of them.
You're asking me?
Well, you got a pair of them.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think they are, but I'm
I
just
think
saying
they're
that's
4,
they're-
actually.
that's better
I
for
think so. That's better for hiking.
hiking.
Like
Well,
Tree
mountain-
stand- tree
not,
stand?
Not your. Hey, I'm gonna go walk down this trail and go on a
See the
lazy
waterfall.
hike.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
now I will say
It's for climbing mountains.
there's two trains of thought there. I mean, as far as stiffness goes, because if you're not used to that kind of terrain, that boot there would probably serve you better. The only time the stiffness is really going to help you is carrying a load out.
That's my goal.
That is your goal, but those boots would handle a load out. If you get too stiff, your foot will get fatigued really, really bad, and then you'll end up in a grizzly cooler sucking your feet, drinking beer.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You gonna keep on with that. That ain't what that was. That was literally standing on a freaking platform for
And-
over 12 freaking hours.
So hold on. So
standing.
but would which one's better for on the platform?
A stiffer
Well,
boot is
they
what
say,
they say is
they
better.
say stiffer,
Right.
but I'm starting to think maybe not.
I
Well, I can
disagree.
tell you that normally
100%.
stiffer, my foot
You like
doesn't
stiffer.
hurt as
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, and I think it's a personal choice too.
It is. Like
But
if,
I wore those this year for the first time, the Crispies, and my feet wore out a couple mornings. So I'm wondering if I need the stiffer for next year.
Do you
Well,
have
with
those?
stiffer,
Those,
mine
yeah.
didn't bother me as bad.
I'll tell you this.
the reason is too, like if you're on the edge, like if you lean on,
I do.
in the saddle, you
I'm
lean. Okay.
quite a bit.
So you're on the edge of the platform.
Yep.
I just think logically, if the boot's stiffer, it's going to give you more support. Your foot's not
Mhm.
That's what
flexing back. Yeah.
right. I
And I
agree.
mean, I would venture to say I probably sit in the saddle more than anybody else in the
Yeah.
room,
Yes.
probably,
Mhm.
or been on a platform longer.
Yep.
And going from like a less stiff boot to like something like the Thor or the Colorados, it's a night and day difference for me. Just
So the
personally.
Thors,
That's my favorite.
my feet would hurt. With the Colorados, my feet didn't.
And the reason is
And the only reason why
the
my
bottom,
feet
the
hurt
sole.
me with what that week was because we were standing for freaking 14 hours a day.
Yep.
And I didn't get relief on my legs.
The sole
freaking legs
thicker
were
on the
swollen.
Colorado than the Thor.
It's the
wouldn't you say?
like if you look at the base, I don't know what you call that part of the boot, but the Thor's cut out where it's almost like a high heel, like there's not as much surface area.
Mhm.
So like there's not enough coverage on your foot, but like something with a wider base.
If you, I wish I had them here
Yeah,
to show you,
I
but
should have worn mine.
if you look at the bottom of them, you can tell that the base is narrower on a Thor versus a Colorado.
Yeah.
And the Colorado is wider, but it also has a completely different sole, which is way stiffer on top of it. And I mean, it's even different than this. This is more similar to the Thors.
Well, my Thor.
But I can tell you, I can wear these boots right here. I mean, I do it every day
Mhm.
for 12 hours a day, and I stand pretty much all day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got the Thors. I love them. I think they're one of the best. They're super light, but they're a 4-flex.
Mhm.
But it's a different kind of four-flex.
Yeah, it's like a tennis shoe. It's like a stiff tennis shoe, in my
The
opinion. But they're not.
biggest thing
But
for-
they don't feel stiff. Like, at least not
Not
now.
as bad, not as much as the Colorados. But the thing with the Thors that like I just didn't like them was with that narrow base on it. When I would start side heeling coming down, it was killing my foot.
And that's what
And it's
I'm
because
saying.
I have to wear a wide,
Mhm.
but it was hurting my foot side heeling.
Yeah, it's a personal choice.
Too narrow a footprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I got a pair of Scarpas that are full leather, which I'm really, I love the Thors. They're synthetic with a little bit of suede or leather, and I got a pair of the Summits, which is another combination of synthetic and leather suede. But I really like. I just think when you're spending that kind of money, I like the full grain leather. I think they hold their waterproofing longer because. Especially deer hunting or turkey hunting, here in the South, you're walking through briars, green briars, and that will puncture. Like, this is cool. I don't think that'll puncture that for sure. But like the synthetic, like on the Thors,
Mhm.
I know for a fact it does because
My feet.
It's just a
got
membrane
wet,
in there.
so-
And once
Right.
once that briar goes through that outer into that membrane, you got a little pinhole, and it's
So I
over.
can tell you, I stuck my entire foot in water twice with these.
Yeah. Now are they?
There wasn't a single bit of water in
I
my
agree.
boot or anything
Mhm.
else.
And are they probably heavier? Yes.
Yes.
Are they going to be a little bit more break in? A little bit. Yeah.
These are not heavier.
No, the leather.
Oh,
Leather. Yeah.
yeah.
So like, I love my Scarpas. They're full leather. I got a pair of Mendels that I wear during the winter. They're 400 gram full leather, and they're also a 10-inch boot. And I like the 10-inch in the winter, but normally I like the anywhere from 7 to 9, 7 to 8
Yeah.
inch boot. But yeah, I'm moving towards, like, I'm really interested in that Nevada that Crispy makes.
I mean, I think we need to just transfer over to Crispy altogether, in my opinion.
Well, that sounds okay to me. But
I mean,
I got 2 pair of them now, and I got, like I said, I got a Scarpa and a Mendel. And like I wore in Idaho this year when I got to go elk hunting with Nick, and I wore the Scarpas for 2 days. Loved them, except they're freaking heavy. They are heavy. And I had my Summits with me, and I switched out the Summits. And they're a lot lighter.
Yeah.
You know, fast moving. Because, you know, whether it's turkey hunting or elk hunting, you know, you're going to an animal that you've located. And so sometimes you got to move fast. And, you know, there's blowdown and all kinds of crap you got to navigate. And those heavy boots, man, sometimes they felt like clunky, you know, like move, you know, you got to go. So I do those boots, those Scarpas are, see, it's 20, I bought them in 2013. So they're old, and there's been a lot of technological.
You got it.
Thanks, Brand. I love the confidence he has in me. Since then, advances since then on you know, construction of the lightness, and the durability. Even though these Scarpas have been through a ton of stuff and they've held up well, and I take care of them, they're super heavy. I bet they're together they're 4.5 pounds. You know.
Yeah.
well, you know, I'll say this. If you go to a tack event, one of the number one things that you see at a tack event is that there's a Crispy booth and everybody's buying boots.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
they've realized, oh my God, I shouldn't be climbing around this.
Right.
well, that's true. I mean, there's a lot
Thomas did it.
Yep.
And there's a lot of good boots, but I mean, I think personally, Crispy's done a heck of a job of like being accessible and available, and the marketing. They're a great boot by far. You know, they compare. I've like I said, I got 2 pair. The Summits I've had for about a year. The Thors I've had for 3 or 4 years, and they're awesome. I love them. I still wear them. I'll wear the Thors this turkey season until it gets when the rattlesnakes come out, and then I'll switch over to the leather boot.
There's no sense in that.
It's whatever, but
Well, I bought my first pair of Crispies this past year and love them.
yeah,
I wear them daily. I wear them to, you know, sporting
Mhm.
events, you name it. I mean, they're awesome.
but I mean, like Brandon was talking about, when you're hunting, if you're deer hunting out of a saddle or even tree stand, but either way, the saddle deal is I've tried it one time with my old reliable lacrosse rubber boots.
That's misery.
It did. No, 100%. You're exactly right. I was, and it was a great morning, so I didn't want to get down. So I'm just up there suffering.
Yeah.
Like,
And it makes
I'm
you-
talking suffering. I'm like, God darn. I'm trying to sit down like like Brandon, he's good at, he's got his setup dialed. I don't when it comes to like sitting in a saddle.
Mhm.
I'm doing everything I can to figure it out. I'm like,
Just to
Brandon
get the pressure off.
said- No, I'm
Yeah.
like, Brandon said, do this. And I'm like, it ain't working.
You look up, Chuck's feet are up top.
Yes.
Sit down. That's an
I'm
idea.
just
You could do
whatever I could do to take the pressure off
Yeah.
my feet. It was awful.
I've been there before with some boots doing that. in the
Yeah.
saddle.
I did that for a week straight in Ohio.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
but
but-
mine was because my legs were swollen.
yeah.
Like I literally was so swollen that it was just making everything miserable.
Yeah.
And
You know,
some of us are fat and have
Me-
issues.
Mexican food will do it to you.
It's one time.
We went to Mexican one time.
How much?
I did. Well, it's probably beer and
Yeah, it was a lot of
you know
there's a lot of activities going on.
we did eat good.
But you know what? All I was trying to get at is I would build your kit, or other people build their kit from the boots up. Like I'd spend my money on the boots and then go up after that.
And I've had numerous people come in the shop and say, because I've asked around, you know, what kind of boot did you wear and this and that, and it's crazy how many people say, I just went with something cheap. I wasn't really worried about it. But if you look at those people, they're probably 20 years old.
Yeah.
Their feet ain't going to hurt them as bad as somebody our age.
Well, they got to learn their lesson too.
Yeah. Well,
I did.
Yeah.
a lot of them have come back in and said, yeah, I'm before I go again, I'm going to get a better boot. Which in turn, I mean, more than likely, it's
Well, I
it's
mean,
coming. We're going to more than likely have Crispy in the shop. We haven't said that, but
oh, you said it now.
yeah.
It's
We're-
out.
I
we're-
didn't think you were going to do that.
I didn't either.
I didn't.
well, I'm doing it.
You gonna follow up with
We've
your phone number?
had
Told us not to say.
we've had so many people. I wear them every day, and people come in and go, "How do you like them Crispies? How do you like this?" And the more it happened, I was like, "Man, am I missing something here? Like, am I missing an opportunity?" And so I just started researching it, and evidently, there ain't a whole lot of retailers, and there's a reason why. It's because you got to bring a lot in. But I've had enough people say, "Man, I want to try them on first."
Yeah.
Well,
And-
you know, I mean, it's crispy boots. I mean, I've got, like I said, 2 pair. I've had 3 pair. I gave Brandon my third pair because they just
You
didn't,
didn't like them.
they didn't fit my foot, and that's the way it's going to be. You know, you have to try that boot on. That's the good part about being able to come somewhere instead of ordering it.
Oh yeah, tenfold.
Putting it on, this don't fit, and they're very particular about that you wear them only in the house. And my house is way smaller than this store, so I mean, you could come here and try them on and really walk around, shop a little bit, and check them out, see if they fit your foot. I'm sure he better have some type of little step up incline or something that you can at least walk up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, I better have.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
Well,
Go
you're
right-
building it then, right?
Go right. Yeah,
We'll do some
go to-
concrete.
Go right along with the display. Seriously, because you've got to check out and make sure you don't have that heel slip and you don't have the toe box is good, not too tight, not too loose. I think that's a major benefit of being able to come somewhere and try that boot
Yeah.
on. There's very few top of the line, high quality technical hunting boots that you can go and try them on. Like REI carries a few, very few. They don't carry Crispies, but you can go over and try them on, but they carry very few in
Yeah,
stock.
it's very limited.
Very limited, and they're not even the highest end, you know. So I think it's a huge benefit to the people in the area and the region to have that, to be able to do that, because I mean, it's nothing but a benefit. I mean, you can take them home with you that day, you know.
Well, and one of the things is you know when we look at bringing products in, we do our research. We don't just bring it in, and you know, like Burlebo, I did a lot of research on it. Like I thought of it last year, but I just wasn't sold on it. And then I talked to them at ATA, and then really started talking to parents and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a good fit. Like it should work. Now we literally just brought it in, so I don't have a clue yet. But
Feels good.
It's
But-
good stuff. I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been looking at it. It feels amazing. It looks comfortable.
But the crispy
Price is
thing
good.
Yeah.
it's a whole different ballgame because that's a very small buy-in.
Sure. And then
Crispy is not. Crispy's like bringing in a bow brand.
well, yeah, and the price point
Yeah.
on that is not the same as crispy. But you know what I was
Well, I
thinking.
can tell you that my wife told me no adamantly for
It's been a while.
Well, this is
2 or
what
3 weeks.
this is what I would say with the quality and the marketing that Crispy's done, and being in house, they're comparable to, like, as far as a bow brand, like a Matthews. Matthews is a hell of a product, but they've done great marketing too, right?
Well,
So
they also
we-
get the same hate that Matthews gets, and it's because, and I mean, this is just my belief. It's because they are a phenomenal boot, and everybody's wearing it. And if everybody's doing something, people are going to hate on it because they're like, oh, that's people just want it because it's a brand. That it's not actually good.
well,
people
see, I
do that.
disagree with that. I mean,
Well, I'd say I do too. Like, I didn't know until I physically wore them.
right.
Like,
I
for
mean,
me,
you've been wearing them for a while. We
I've
all
been
have.
wearing them for 8 years now.
Yeah, well, no, I haven't been wearing them that long, but I know I've been wearing them for 4 years. And like I said, I wore Scarpers prior to that, Mendel's, which they're both good boots too. But you can't go and just try them
Right.
on. They're made in, I think Crispies are made in, I know they're made in Europe. Is it Italy?
Italy.
Yeah, I think
So I had to.
It's an Italian boot, and that's where all the top boots come from is Italy. I think some of them come from Germany, but they're all coming out of Europe. The mountaineering type boots, the high quality, technical boots, and I mean your
Well, I had to
feet.
send my first pair back. So I bought my first pair was the Thors, and I bought a regular just size 10 and got them in, and I was like, I just don't know that I could wear these. Sent them back and got a wide, and I was like, oh, I love these
Yeah.
boots.
Yeah, I mean, your feet. I mean, I've had years ago. I had foot troubles. I had plantar
Fasciitis.
fasciitis.
You talking about my damn gout?
I didn't say a freaking word about your
You
gout.
just brought the gout
You
up.
brought it up.
No, you've talked junk about my gout, and here you are talking about you had plantar fasciitis, and
It's
I'll tell you
brutal.
what, Chuck.
Yeah. Okay. How's Daryl doing?
Daryl's doing good now.
Good. Anyway, I mean, my point is like when you screw up your foot, that's your wheels, man. You're motoring around, and if you screw it up, you ain't going anywhere. And that's what I remember the most about. I mean,
You preach to the choir over here.
well,
bro.
yeah. I mean, I was on crutches for about a month in our plant. Just it was awful, and the doctor told me that's when I learned, and this was years ago. This was 18 years ago, and the doctor told me right then. He said, "You have to take care of your feet. You have to buy quality boots, quality tennis shoes, quality work shoes. If you're going to be up on your feet, walking on concrete, blah blah blah, you can't be going down here to pick and pay. You know, you got to buy good shoes,
Yeah.
good boots."
Well, what got me was I started realizing. So I was buying what I considered to be a really good shoe, tennis shoe, and that's all I wore was tennis shoes. Well, standing up in here, or since I opened the shop, standing up all day, I was going through shoes like every 6 months. Like
Yeah,
I was starting noticing that the sole of them was just wore down, and I was like, dude, that's insane.
well, you got 190 pounds on them for like 10 hours.
190. Really? We know it's way more than that.
Anyway, yeah, they wear out. Like that's what he told me back then. I was running.
But in 6 months, that's what was blowing my mind. And I mean, half the shoes I was buying, I was spending $150 a pair
Yeah.
every 6 months. And I'm like,
Something ain't right.
why? So, this ain't right. Like, and my feet were killing me. And then I finally, this year, I mean, I told Jennifer, I said, I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it'll work or not. And I bought these, and I've worn them every day since.
Mm-hmm.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
They do not hurt my feet whatsoever. And I mean, I stand all day long. My back's not hurting me like it was. I mean, so it's
Makes a big difference. I mean, I think Nick's got 4 pair. He's got Colorados, the Thors. He may have 2 pair of Colorados. But anyway, he pretty much turned me on to him. Well, him and you both, actually. I think y'all both kind of got them started at the same time. And kind of turned me on to it. I used to be kind of a little bit of a hater too, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I think it's one of those things like I'd see all y'all wearing them while we were hunting, and it's an investment. I mean,
It is an
you know,
investment.
it's a good investment. I mean, you're on your feet all day long, whether you're hunting, working, what. But so I kept putting it off, and then finally at the end of the season, I said, I got to change something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I've not since I got my pair, not put them down.
The only complaint I've got with whether it's Crispy or Scarpa or Mendel or Hanwag or any of these high end technical boots, you pay a lot of money for all of them. Every one of them are
The same way.
you know, their price point's super high. I mean, they're worth it, but I wish they'd put a better insole in them. I wish they would at least offer on the website
Yeah, give you an opportunity.
to either upgrade that insole or something, or put it in there automatically. Because the ones that come, all of them, it ain't just one brand. They all do it. They all suck.
Yeah.
And it just ticks me off. Just don't put them in there. Don't insult my feet by putting that piece of crap in there to start with.
So I got mine this year, and before I even wore them, I ordered insoles because I remembered you had said something, and so I never looked back.
Yeah, and it makes a world of difference. Like a world of difference.
I'm still wearing the regular insoles.
See, that's your problem. You need to
My
fix
feet
it.
ain't hurt.
You don't know. What
That's
your
what
feet
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
My Colorados, I replaced the insole on them while we were in Ohio. I was trying to figure out anything I could.
Yeah,
I mean, like pine needles in there.
It was too much.
Some
It-
cheap insoles.
all natural.
Yeah, these were cheap.
it can help everything.
CVS brand.
You got the
Walmart.
Grandma's
Dr. Scholl's.
orthopedics.
Dr. Scholl's. It's got the gel.
I was trying to get anything.
It was
Yeah.
a great value brand.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
it makes a huge difference. Though. It
Super
it
fast.
really does, and even the sock you wear makes a huge difference. It's a whole system, and everybody's got their opinions on socks. I mean, I got mine, but it's a whole system, is what it is. And you take care of your feet, and then you work your way up to the pants, the base layers, the everything else.
So what crispy would you recommend for, around here, 3D hunting?
I like the
3D target
Summits. I
shooting?
think the Summit,
Yeah.
That's what I do. I 3D hunt.
the Summits, I haven't wore the Laponias, but I hear good things,
Yeah.
a lot of good things about them. The Summit's a good
Summit's
lightweight
probably good.
boot.
So this is the Laponia 3s.
They
They
just
make a Laponia light. They didn't have the light when I went to get these, and that's the only reason why I ended up getting these. I wanted less flex and a lighter boot to wear every day.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, talking to them, altitudes I think are one of their better sellers.
It
So
is.
it's a smaller flex rating, comes in a few different colors. We'll probably have that one to start with. And then Ativas. There's a regular Ativa and an Ativa mid, and that is almost like like these Keens, almost like an everyday boot.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
But that one's hard for me because I can't wear it.
Yeah.
Like just my feet personally, I have to wear a wide,
Yeah,
and so I can't
they don't
wear
come in a
those.
wide.
And those don't come in a wide.
Yeah. I like,
Brandon's actually wearing what would be considered an Ativa.
These are the everydays.
That yeah.
oh, those
I mean,
are actually the ones I.
Mhm.
No, that's the ones that
The ones he gave me.
I donated.
yeah. So the Ativas are different than that now, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
very
then-
similar.
The Nevada is the one my next boot. That's an all leather boot. That's my
I want to
next.
say that was one of the ones he also said
So, all right. So insulated, non-insulated.
Non-insulated.
non.
I
100%.
cannot do insulated. I've been down that road, and the problem is it's great when it's great, but then your feet sweat and they don't dry off.
I just don't think it gets. Between, like I said, it's a whole system between if you pair the sock with the boot and the insole,
Yeah.
and it just don't get that cold around here.
I'll tell you the best thing is those freaking boot covers.
They were
So I was gonna say. So my favorite, one of my go-tos is the Arctic Shield.
Yeah.
Boot covers, because I could wear any temp. I can wear my good hiking boots.
Just get a big size. That way you can stuff hand warmers down in there.
Yep.
And you're golden.
Well, I'll tell you something that I learned.
Well, some of us are too fat in the saddle to reach down and put them on.
Did you see-
Like
in a
I
saddle,
flipped
he's-
upside down trying to put mine on one time, and so I couldn't do that.
Well, you won't be able to do this either, but
I'm just saying.
but no, I seen this golly 3 years ago on YouTube. I think it's this guy's. I think it's one of his number one YouTube videos. But he basically takes a thick wool sock and cuts it
Oh yeah.
about right here, and he just slides it on.
over. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it works. So I've been doing that, and then I showed it to Wesley, my son, and he started using it. Of course, he goes, he starts looking online. Well, he found these same type socks that have a pocket in the top to put a hand warmer, and it is money.
Okay.
Cut
You're on
them
to
sock-
something here. I like this.
Yeah, I cut the sock. If it's super cold, you just put a little hand warmer right in that little pocket on top.
Didn't somebody comment on the YouTube about? I think it was doing the sock thing. I think it was in that.
I'm telling you, it
one
works.
of the videos we did.
Well, I don't know. We'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
It works. And even if you don't have the little pocket like I got, you can still take a hand warmer and stick it up under that
That's
sock.
what. Yeah.
But it's surprisingly my feet anyway, get cold from the bottom up, not from the top down. So
That's the worst thing when you're in the saddle hunting and your feet get cold.
That's a cold platform.
Yeah.
I know a long time ago, back in the day, we used to put carpet and stuff on top of our platforms for the sound, but it also helped insulate your feet. And that worked really good. But yeah, I do have a pair of Mendel 400 grams that I wear, but it's got to be cold
Yeah.
before I wear it.
Yeah. My feet get hot walking in, so there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only issue. Like I guess I could take a change of socks, put dry socks on.
But I mean,
At that point,
yeah,
Crispy has insulated boots. They have insulated
yeah,
offerings.
yeah. And I'm, it's the right tool for the right job.
And they've also got some whitetail specific boots. I can't remember the name of them, but it's pretty new. I think they come out with them last year. That's more of a mid flex. They're insulated. I think there's 400 and 800 possibly.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they came out with them. I think it was last year. I'd have to look it up and see. But anyway, that's beside.
It's exciting.
Really. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's exciting and a little nerve wracking too. I mean,
Well, now's the best
But-
time. Right now is the best time to prepare for fall with new boots, new gear,
Break them in.
especially boots. You get them now, wear them scouting, turkey hunting,
3D hunting.
3D hunting. Yeah, through the summer, and then, but with regard to your elk hunt, I mean, you're pretty set for boots from what I've seen. Just need some good insoles, some good socks, and be ready to rock.
yeah, I definitely think I need insoles. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like darn tough socks. They have a lot
That's
of
what I
different.
like too.
They're expensive. I mean, they're $25, but they're guaranteed for life. I've never had any wear out personally. And
No, I've just lost pairs
I wear them every day.
or had to use them as toilet paper, which they will not replace those.
Let's try.
Yeah.
They probably didn't like that. You're banned.
What?
That's just weird, Brandon.
If you don't have any Clean Freak, the sock will do.
Ooh, Clean Freak on the bum.
Little witch hazel.
Hey,
It's phenomenal.
That would be refreshing.
Phenomenal.
preach.
I'm telling you right now, it's phenomenal. You can laugh all you want. It's phenomenal.
Oh, speaking of doing your business, have y'all ever like I was traveling today, right? I driving up through Virginia. Yeah, you stop at a truck stop, right? Or you stop at a service station, let's say, and it's a one-holer. You know what I'm talking about? Men, women, one-holer. And they sell, there's Bojangles or something right next door or something like that. It's morning time, coffee, gravy biscuits.
Dip.
Not me, I'm talking about. And so you're waiting on the bathroom. And it's locked, of course. Have y'all ever had like the guy come out of the bathroom and you're like, I ain't going in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by looking at that old dude, you're like, he just went there and tore that thing up. I ain't going in there and breathing.
Yeah.
Well, that happened to me today. This dude walked, and they're always like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hiking
They
it
don't
up.
really have their pants on yet.
Right.
Out the door. Yeah.
Because they're not sure. If
And they're
done.
happy.
I can't button this yet.
And
I
they're
might
like-
not be done.
And you can tell they're happy. Like, well, that's a good one right there. Let's go in here and get another cup of coffee. Yeah, it happened today. I'm like, God dang it. Had to drive down the road a couple miles, pull over and go behind a tree. But dang.
I've done that many times. I have.
Which one are you, then?
I will 1,000% go outside before I will in a public restroom. That's one of my number one things that I just.
You ain't following nobody.
It is so gross.
Yeah. Yeah. Or have you ever been standing outside of one and you can smell it coming out from under the door? And you're just like, no.
Oh, God.
That's more than number 2 going on in there, brother.
What kills me
I'm
is
leaving.
we go to West Virginia and we stop in that one, what is it, a Love's or something?
The loves.
And they're in there taking showers. And
Oh, yeah.
it's like, I can't.
Mhm.
I just can't do this.
You can't take a truck stop shower?
I can't do even using the bathroom. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
I struggled going to the bathroom in the freaking campground.
Not me, dude.
The campground.
You know,
Which one? Where the killer duck is?
Yeah.
Really? Man, that's nice, man. It's hot, nice and warm in there.
Hey,
It's
we
just
saw.
steamy.
It was
Man,
good and warm in
There was
all right.
a lady.
There was
Did we
a
ever
lady
talk
in
about
there
this?
while I was
Yeah, I
taking
think
a
you
dump.
did.
I think
Were they
she
getting
might-
it on?
She might have been working, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of what
Working on the
gas,
gas
Yeah,
line.
cow,
gas
yeah,
line guys.
cold, whatever.
Yeah. That was bizarre.
It was a lot.
Anyway,
We digress.
yeah.
So, I mean, I would say what kills me the most is everybody
Pork belly.
is a hater, and basically
He's all right. Looking at it on the camera. He's good.
everybody's a hater when it comes to certain brands. So, like, people see Sitka and they're blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's they don't want to spend the money on it and don't want to buy it. What?
Nothing.
You got something to say about it? Spit it out.
I ain't got nothing to say.
I mean, you was
If you can find it if you want it.
right, but
If you want it, you can find it, and it's not retail. Not anybody.
But that's my whole point. I've heard people say the same thing about Crispy. I've heard people say the same thing about Kuyu.
I have looked at what's some of these other brands. What the like?
That's my whole thing.
No.
is-
What's the other like whitetail type stuff?
What do
This
you mean?
Nomad.
Nomad ain't cheap.
same price.
Right. Scree ain't cheap.
Origin.
Origin. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And they just snub their nose at it. They don't understand the technology behind it and the actual value of
What's that other one? Kings?
Mm.
Kings are
Kings.
not cheap. I'm telling you.
What's that? Numa or Puma?
No, no.
Yeah. No, they're all the same.
Yeah.
They may be $10 less.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I'm gonna tell you, people will drive. That's what kills me. People will drive an hour and a half to save $10 when they just spent $40 in gas.
Yeah. Well, that's just people. I mean,
But-
I probably have done the same thing before. But I mean, I probably have. It may not have been for camo. It might have been for a set of tires or something on the truck. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you never change those people.
Oh no, I don't want to change anybody.
But
Yeah.
But I
same,
I can't stand the hate of it.
But those same people that are hating on Sitka or
hating on
First Light,
everything,
right?
man.
They're hating on everything. But they also hadn't worn Sitka on a backpacking trip. They hadn't worn KUIU attack pants out west. I mean, they've not worn Crispies hunting for a season. They just see a price tag, see a company, and they're like, nah, it can't be that good.
Yeah.
Right? But there's no trial in there.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. I mean, until I tried, like KUIU, I think was the first one I tried, other than actually, I think it was the first like base layers that y'all told me I needed to buy first. I bought those and I was like, holy cow, boy, this is insane. Like I've never, because I used to wear like the Under Armour stuff that was like super slick and everything, and you'd sweat in it and it would stay wet for
There's like their
17
track
hours.
suits.
Yeah.
Like track suits. And they got
And I had no idea, and I was like, holy crap, this is unreal. And then I started trying the KUIU, which that was tough for me because they're not a very big man oriented company. But
So I started out, just basically rifle hunting in a box stand. I was wearing like coveralls and whatever kept you warm because it didn't matter, right? You weren't hiking in, you weren't climbing trees, that type of stuff. Then I went to Badlands, tried that for a little while, and just it didn't fit me right. And so I started with First Light, loved it, and then I've switched to kind of KUIU a little bit this year.
But what's that other clothing brand? Whitetail Scent Blocker.
Scent Blocker makes some.
I mean, that stuff ain't cheap, man, and people wear the heck out of it.
That's the thing. We brought it in, and I really thought it would sell phenomenal, but people were looking at the price of it.
I mean,
like, nope.
I mean,
Like,
Drake. I love Drake, but it ain't cheap. And what's their?
but Drake is a different,
But what's their whitetail brand?
non-typical.
Not typical.
It ain't cheap either.
So we brought some non-typical stuff in this year, and it did okay.
Yeah.
But it's in that mid-level price range.
Yeah, but it still is.
But-
I wouldn't
but it ain't
consider
cheap.
it cheap.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you're paying $80 for a hoodie.
My number one issue with them is all their stuff's so heavy.
And that's another thing. But like Ren brought up a good point. If the majority of your hunting is riding your four-wheeler down this logging road and getting in a box stand with your coveralls on, then that's great. That is all you need to do.
What's
I've
crazy,
done
though,
that.
is I got colder doing that
But I mean,
style hunting than I do
well, yeah,
wearing the stuff I wear.
of course. But I'm just saying, I've hunted that way myself.
Don't diss my $150 pair of pants because I'm hiking 3 miles in,
Right.
where you're riding a four-wheeler and climbing a ladder.
Yeah, with a heater in there. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a heater in my stand.
Yeah.
A lot of the time
Oh,
when
yeah.
it was cold, and
I'm learning more and more about y'all tonight.
I think the bottom line is like, do what fits your lifestyle.
Exactly.
And don't dog anybody else that does something
Yeah.
different than you do.
it's the internet.
Well,
It's the
oh,
internet. It's the internet.
Social media,
Keyboard warrior.
freaking podcasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and trust your sources
We
too.
have our opinions. We got to put them out there.
Right. And that's all it is, an opinion. It's just why hate on other people for it?
Well, and I
Like,
mean, you
But
walk-
it's in every aspect of life.
Yeah, on everything.
It don't matter. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, whatever.
yeah.
Truck wise. I mean, the dumbest things.
But you can do all the research you want, but you gotta trust your sources, right? So I mean, you could read all the stuff online, YouTube, what have you, but if you don't find somebody that's hunting like you or in your kind of general area to kind of see, hey, are you using Crispies? Are you using Sitka? That's where your real comparison goes in. Like when it hits the ground, what works for you
Mhm.
to give you a baseline.
And you know something else you hear people talk about, well, you know, you can go kill a deer and you can walk 500 miles in and you can wear a pair of pants and a wool jacket. Okay. You ever priced a Woolrich like
Yeah.
suit? It ain't cheap, buddy.
Mm-mm.
Let me tell you. And it does work.
Yeah.
But it ain't cheap. You know, so don't give me that argument. If you want to wear your 10X on a 4-wheeler and then climb up like, that's great. I've done it.
Yeah.
I had a 10X. It was awesome. Hand warmers in the pockets, the whole deal. But I personally, you know, I don't hunt that way anymore, so I have to have a little bit more specialty type gear. I'm 60 years old now, and I'm gonna, you know, do what I can.
Yeah.
If I'm 20, I get it. You know, I'll do the best I can, and I did back when I was 20. But back when I was 20, none of this crap was around anyway, so it don't matter. I don't really just can argue with it, that part. But even if it would have been, I couldn't afford it back in those days. If I'd have wanted to, I'd have figured out a way. You know, it's you know, you can compare it to a bow. What's the most important, other than the bow itself? What would you say after that you spend the most money on? I mean, like, I'll compare it to a rifle. You can buy a $400 rifle, but I'm going to spend my money on the scope.
Same with photography.
Yeah.
I mean, your camera base is your camera base. I mean, your lens is probably 3 times as much as your camera.
Right. You know, you can buy a nice bow.
So there's a lot of arguments on the archery side of it.
But you could buy, I mean, in today's bow, you could buy a nice mid-level bow, but go put a really nice sight on it and a really nice wrist and have a really good setup.
Yeah.
Put new strings on it.
Growing up fly fishing, I mean, we spent all our money on the shoes, the style we went up fly fishing, but we'd be in khakis and an old, you know, looked like an auto worker type shirt. And that's all we fished in.
Yeah.
But it was our boots. We spent our money on the boots.
Yeah. We just used jugs.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Live worms on the artificial streams.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, the hater thing is
it's
just life now.
Yeah.
You know,
It is, but
you ain't got to worry about it.
It gets frustrating.
I don't.
You hear it so much that it really starts getting frustrating.
I don't let it bother me.
Yeah, but it's in.
Well, y'all don't hear it as much as I do.
You don't know that.
every
You don't know that,
aspect
man.
of every facet of life. Somebody's gonna complain about something, or
Yep.
you ain't doing it the right way.
It's always something.
Yep.
Do you, bro?
That's right.
I do.
Eat what you want, drink what you want.
But don't complain when you get gout.
That's not where I was going. With
Oh,
that.
my bad.
So come by the shop. Hopefully,
Yeah.
check it out.
Should
Check.
I'm
Keep up with social media.
Keep you
hopefully
updated,
it'll be
yeah.
in here by the time this podcast comes out.
Keep up with social media.
Don't know 100%.
You know,
Hey, and if not, though, there's still a great boot.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
yeah, no, for sure. And I think maybe do like a fun day with the whole launch of the boots. That might be fun. Little event.
I got an idea. I'll let you know.
All right.
All fair.
okay. All right.
We could have like a race in crispy boots while having the headsets on.
All right, I think we're done.
Flame the flame. All
But
right.
yeah, hopefully we'll have them in by the time this comes out. I don't know 100% yet. Still waiting on an answer.
It's exciting either way.
If not, we'll have a used boot crispy sale.
I ain't selling none of mine.
You ain't.
No.
Oh, I got 2 pair I might could sell. You got 3 or 4.
I got one.
Ren's got a pair.
I might have 1 pair I might sell.
That's only so I can upgrade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
All right.
anyway,
Cool.
well,
So come by the shop, check it out. Wear whatever camo you want to wear.
Big thank you to the sponsors.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you to Matthews,
Grizzly.
Full Range Hanging Systems,
Mhm.
Lemon Shield.
Let me shield.
Ultra.
We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Claim free.
That's right.
Clean free.
Yeah.
You dropped the
Y'all
thing
look at
free.
me crazy. Like,
No, I didn't look at you.
No,
I
it's-
love
we
it.
were on the same
I
page.
keep a pack in the truck. I mean,
Me
it's
too.
a
Oh,
go-to.
I've always got it.
They're the best, man.
Yeah.
Love 'em.
If you've not tried them, just grab a couple.
Yeah.
And after you use them, Make sure you dispose of it properly.
Correct.
After you buy your new pair of crispy boots, take the box home. Hang on to it. You might need to return, maybe.
Yeah.
If not, start your fire with it.
Cool little shoebox, little
Mhm.
art project.
Yeah. Just give a hoot, don't pollute, man. Let's
That's it. Don't
That's all
pollute.
there is to it.
wrap it up.
Yep.
Wrap it up, pack it in.
Pack it out. Pack it out.
All right.
All right, y'all.
See you on the next
See
one.
ya.
Goodbye.